Okay. I am filming a YouTube video. This is my first time by myself. Okay. Hey, YouTube! Oh, that felt weird. Okay. Hello, YouTube. So, some of you might not even know who I am, but I am the wife of the person that actually owns this channel, and I have forbidden her to make a YouTube video this week. She really, really wanted to, but I just said no. She's been too stressed out. You know, VidCon's coming up, really wanted to prepare for that, and I just couldn't allow it. So I actually stole the camera, stole the microphone, stole the one light I'm using, and locked her out of her Final Cut program. So I have forbidden it, but I did not want you guys to not get a video this week because Ash said that she was going to have something up every Sunday. So here I am. Sorry. She tweeted out and asked what would people like to see if I took over the channel for, a week. And actually, one of my favorite channels, Sexplanations, suggested that I'm going to attempt to do a screenshot right below here, right there. Did I do it? No? Sorry, couldn't figure it out. But she says, how does Grace cope with your anxiety? What works and what doesn't? So how do I cope with Ash's, my wife's, anxiety? And I thought that that was really interesting because it wasn't something that I really ever thought about. It's just something that I kind of did. So first of all, as many people know, Ash has a lot of anxiety. It's something that she's been dealing with for a really long time before I met her. And I know it was something that she was really nervous about when we first started dating. But I didn't really see it for a little while until we put up a green screen when I told her that it would be no problem. It's going to be so easy to install a green screen. And that was incorrect. In that moment, I saw her, really start to get anxious because things weren't really going according to plan. And that's kind of a big thing with Ash sometimes, is that if things aren't going the way that they should in her mind, then we're on maybe a brink of failure. And there's a couple ways that I deal with it. One second, I want to drink. I don't drink coffee. This is an energy drink, but, not sponsored. When we first started dating, I think that she was maybe a little nervous for letting me see her at the highest level of her anxiety roller coaster, we'll just call it. So I didn't, really understand how much it affected her for a while. Probably 5 or 6 months into our relationship. And while that might not seem like a very long time, when you don't see that in somebody and then it really comes out, I think for some people it can be daunting. However, I wasn't really that affected by it because she was perfect in my mind, and I always really saw those moments of vulnerability as very beautiful, because I thought it took a lot of courage to feel that much. So, for instance, the first year that we were dating, we went to VidCon together, and it was the first time that she was moderating a panel on her own. I didn't even check and see if this is in focus. Okay, so I'm sorry for the first couple minutes of this is out of focus. I forgot to do that, but I don't want to refilm it because I kind of like what I talked about. First time making a YouTube video all by yourself. General. Okay. So, for instance, in the first year that we were dating, Ash moderated a panel for VidCon, but it was her first time doing it. And, wow, the anxiety and the nerves were, really overwhelming for her. I think that we went over that panel probably 200 times, and me playing all the people on it and making sure that it was perfect, because Ash is kind of a perfectionist. I think she'll probably look at this video and cringe a little bit. But, sorry, honey. While I maybe was a little bit sick of running the panel after, the 150th time. I understood why, and I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to anxiety is you have to understand that those feelings are so incredibly real. There is nothing that they can really do to get past it in that moment, really. And the only thing that you can do is what they need in that moment. So for Ash, typically there's two types of anxiety situations that go on, and one is an anxiety situation where she doesn't really quite know what to do, and then she wants me to help her fix it. But the other one, and this is what I used to be really bad at, was just listening, having her feelings acknowledged. And I used to always just want to solve it. I used to be, I'm always like a fixer kind of a thing. But that's not what she needed. So I needed a lesson in that. I think she told me after a situation where I didn't actually handle the anxiety very well. She's like, I don't always need you to fix it. I think I just need you to hear me, and I want to be heard. And that makes total sense, because I feel that way all the time. There's moments where I want to figure it out on my own, but I need to feel, acknowledged and validated in my feelings. I'll even ask, like, hey, is this a situation where you just want me to listen, or is this a situation where you need a solution? Because I'm happy to do either. When we're talking about it, I really try to reiterate and validate what she said so that, she really feels like it was productive and she got it out of her system. And if there is something I can do to help, I definitely will. However, a lot of the time that's not the case. I see all the moments that we've gotten through, and, her and I have been through a lot in our relationship. But there's never been a moment where it was ever too much. That was actually one of her biggest concerns when we were first dating, was that she was going to be too much for me. Ash, if you're watching this, I just want you to know how much I love you and how beautiful and strong and brave I think you are. You amaze me every day. And every time that we get through a hard situation, I know even more why we're married, why I love you, and why I know that we'll always be together. So I love you very much. Oh, also huge thank you to August, who did the title card for me. I literally asked with about 24-hour notice to make me something, and as you can see, he was completely perfect. He is so talented. He did all of the graphics in Ash's book. Oh, and the free ebook version should be out soon. Keep an eye out for that. And so August, thank you so much. And Ash, thank you for relaxing. Thank you for trusting me with this. And I hope I didn't completely ruin your channel. But I love you so much. And thank you everybody for watching. Maybe I'll do this again sometime. You never know. Hope you guys all have a great day. And yeah, I'll do this. Okay, bye.